And now we go into part 2 of this special report on the firing of FBI Director and former Deputy Attorney General of the United States, James Comey. So in testimony, this was in December of 2006 trial testimony, DEA Administrator Michelle Leonhardt basically testified Mr. Comey's knowledge of these events. So she is asked, now did there come a time in which the Office of the Attorney General, in fact the Attorney General of the United States himself, John Ashcroft at the time, wanted to know what was going on with this matter, in essence the House of Death murders? She answered yes. After another question, she continued, yes, we notified the Attorney General of the United States and the Deputy Attorney General of the United States of what we had learned in the events and our concerns. We told them that we had talked to Customs and let them know what we had found out. Customs, of course, being part of CBP, being part of DHS. Our administrator had also contacted the U.S. Attorney's Office, and we thought that the best thing we could do is get the agencies together, put an independent review team together to go down and find the facts, because the person I was talking to said he had a different set of facts and didn't see it the way that we saw it. So he fully knew, he was fully aware of this, fully aware that murders took place. But listen here. You're going to enjoy this. On December 7, 2006, Michael Ferguson, one of the investigators and a top DEA agent, stated in his trial testimony from the employment discrimination case. That's how we learned all this information. It became part of this because they then tried to downgrade former Special Agent in Charge Gonzalez as a result of his whistleblowing. And this investigator and agent, Michael Ferguson, stated that he had briefed Mr. Comey on the recent incidents in Juarez. The day before I had briefed the Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General, we had a fact-finding team that had just returned that we were preparing a report, and as soon as the report was finished, I would come back and brief them on what was, found and provide them a copy of the report. For the record, it must be noted, though, that Special Agent in Charge Gonzalez has never seen a copy of the Joint Assessment Report. In fact, it wasn't until the Obama administration that JAT, or Joint Assessment Task Force Report, was actually classified. It is classified and nobody can gain access to this. In essence, what you have here is a cover-up. You have literally a complete lack of response by the then Deputy Attorney General Comey, and obviously is untrustworthy. He was since nominated and confirmed 99-1 to serve as the director of the FBI. I'm sorry, but this is sickening and insane. This was an untrustworthy individual. We filed this on the Hill. We released this letter publicly so that the public would be aware of what took place. And so now we're being asked to believe what Mr. Comey has to say. And here's another fact. According to Congressman Judge Louis Gohmert, a former chief appeals court judge in Texas and a member of the House Judiciary Committee, he says that if there were crimes that took place by the president trying to obstruct an FBI investigation, that Director Comey and former Deputy General, so he would have known this, would have had to report that immediately to the Justice Department. And here's another fact. The FBI, in clearing and announcing there would be nothing taking place further against a former Secretary Clinton, is absolutely false, because you don't announce whether you're doing an investigation or not doing an investigation. And anything like that would have to come from the Justice Department, as he well knows. He was acting beyond the scope of his authority. They're an investigatory body. So what you have here is an absolute mess. And really, if you think about this, who can you trust on this? You clearly cannot trust former FBI Director Comey.